for this one here, we're going to use a new part again, still under additional modeling tools. And in this case here, we're going to make a shampoo bottle. We're going to use the Loft, we're going to use Extrude, and the Coil tools as well. All right. So we're going to start off with our sketch. So let's open up a new sketch, and we're going to start from the XZ. All right. From here now, we're going to go use our circle, but we're not going to use the circle. We're going to use which one, guys? The ellipse. All right. We're going to click ellipse, and we're going to go, like always, the first point is in the middle, second point on this way here along the X, and the third point along the Y. In this case here, it would be along the Z, the first one, and along the X, because I'm using my coordinates at the bottom here. We're going to go at our dimensions from the center to the bottom. It should be how much? Oh. Why can't I dimension this? Dimension. From here. Why is it not letting me dimension? There we go. That was a weird dimensioning thing. I click here. There's one dimension, should be 0.984. And my other dimension, let's do it again. Just click on the object. It's much easier. Okay, I'll make it look like for you guys the same way. So let's erase this. Dimension, click on the object and just move it towards the left. That's okay. Now go the same way again, click on the object, go the opposite direction at the bottom here. And this one here should be 1.968. So we get a nice piece like this. So it should look something like this. Again, on the projector, it might look a little bit different. So when you rewatch the videos, you'll see how it's supposed to look. Now that this is done, we're going to go press Finish Sketch. So that's going to be our base of our bottle. Now we're going to create a new sketch, and we're going to build along the YZ. All right, so now we're on a new sketch plane, and now we're going to create this lovely spline. So we're going to go click on line, and we're going to go use the second spline, right? And now from here, we're going to start drawing our points. So we're going to click one of them that's on the line. So don't make it too big. Make it so it's okay. So I click 1 point, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, 6, 7. Okay? You should have 7 points when you click on it. Then we're going to add dimensions that's going to align it to the actual piece. So my advice to you is always do the bigger one first and then go down. Okay? Because if you do it smaller, it's going to offset everything. So we're going to start with the tallest one. So from the center to here, it should be how much? It should be 8.858. So it's going to mess up my drawing a bit, but it's still okay. Then I could go do this dimension right away if I want. That's going to push it out a bit, which should be 0.787. So that's my 7th point. Now I'm going to move down to my 6th point. Go from the middle to the 6th point. Pull that over here. Should be 7.677. Then again, I go from the center, origin, to this point, and I give it a distance in between of 1.378. There we go. Then I go to the 6th piece, dimension it to 6.102. The space, again, is going to be 0.984. Then we go to the next piece, which is 4.921, right? I'm going to pull this one to the other side, like so. Again, you can make it, why are we going to fix it now? Because later on, when we do the sheets, it's going to be nicely placed for us if we take care of it a little bit now. Okay, so we did the 491, that's good. Then we go again, we're going to do dimension from here to the center. This should be 1.575. Right? There we go. Grab that dimension back. So if you press escape, it lets you get out of the command. If it doesn't let you move it, there we go. Let's put it over here so people don't get lost. There we go. Then we go to the 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth one, the third one, sorry. So now we're going to go from the center to the third. It should be how high? 3.740. Bless you. And then we'll go from here to here. We're going to put it at 2.165. Then we're going to go again. This should be 2.362. Go from here to here. Oops, I did that one twice already. From here to here. Should be 2.362, right? And then our last point, which is at the bottom, from here to here should be, what's the distance? 1.968. Oh, right at the line. Look at that. And we should do what? So how will we do the 0? We click on the point. We click on this. Zoom in a bit. It doesn't let me do 0. Why? If it doesn't let you do 0, what's another way of making it? There we go. I lost the button. Dimension from here to here, 0. Okay? And as you can see, it's fully defined. So we have I'll start from the bottom again. This one here, the distance should be, for point 1 is 0 height and 1.968. Alright? For the second point, the height should be, right over here, should be, let me just move this in like this, should be 2.362. And the width from the origin should be 2.362, right? Then our third point should be, height is at 3.740. The distance from it should be 2, is this the right distance? No. Yeah, there it is. 2.164. And then for the fourth one, the height should be 4.921. The distance should be 1.575. The fifth one should be, the height should be at 6.102. The distance should be 0.984. Then the height of the sixth point is 7.677. And the width should be 1.378. And the last point is 8.858. And the distance should be 0.787. So once we have that sketch, we're going to go and press Finish Sketch, just to show you something, and hit Save in case it crashes. So let's just save this now as tutorial 4. Save. Okay. And now that we have done that, we're going to edit the sketch again. And we're going to mirror it to the opposite side. So now we're going to go at a line. And we're going to go use our lovely center line. Click from the origin. Go all the way up, like so. All right. And then from here, we're going to select the mirror pattern, which is pattern over here, the mirror option. Select the objects we want. So I wonder if I could just do this, like so. And I'm going to mirror line would be this object over here. Press apply. And there you go. Make sure you do the mirror only after you dimension it. It makes it a lot more easier than going back and dimensioning everything twice. All right? So we're just going to give me 1 second. So now if I go back, press Finish Sketch, and I go press Home, you see that I have a nice profile. of the shape of my bottle. The next step we're going to go use is we're going to go do our work set offset planes. So we're going to do what, guys? We're going to go to, sorry? So we're going to click on 3D model, go to work features, and we're going to use the plane again, which is offset from plane. Correct? From here now we're going to go open up, we could click on it, or we could just go on here, go on XZ, which is right over here, which is our bottom base. So if you didn't use XZ as your starting point when you did that base, whatever your base is, you're going to use that as a offset. So we use XZ plane, and we're going to distance it 8.858. And we're going to press, it's our distance, and we're going to press OK. So it brings it to the top. So now we have a new plane that's set on the top of our, right now, our line, our sketch, our layout for our bottle. Now that we've done that, we're going to go click Sketch, and we're going to sketch on the new plane that we just built. All right? If it looks like this, you could always rotate it, whatever you want to make it easier for you. So you see, we see all our dimensions from our previous view. Does it affect us right now? No. The next step we're going to do is we're going to go use our circle from the center again, make sure it goes to the yellow, and we're going to make a diameter, so right click, so it is diameter already, of 1.575. So this is giving us the top of our bottle. All the other dimensions you see here are from the previous object we worked on. Now that that's done, we're going to press Finish Sketch. And we're going to use the Loft feature that's going to bring it from the top all the way across. So the Loft feature is going to be under 3D Model, under Create. And we're going to use the Loft option. We're going to make sure we're using the rails. And then we're going to go to select our pieces. So we're going to click on Select. And we're going to select this sketch here. That's our first piece. Then we're going to go to our rails, click to Add. And we're going to go add Rail 1, Rail 2. And now we're going to use for selection again, we're going to add our bottom one right over here. So we know what's going in a down position. All right? We're going to press OK and hope that it works. Let's see what went wrong. Sketch 1, sketch 2. So, since it's a little error, we're going to go change that number. We're going to go to Sketch. We're going to edit the sketch. We're going to change this by one number. You're saying 7.4, which makes it a little bit smaller, which I guess makes it touch the actual lines. Press Finish Sketch. Oh, what we could have done is just do a circle from here to touch of that. That would have been a lot easier. Finish Sketch. Now let's go use the Loft again. Finish the Loft over here. We're going to do the same thing, add selection. We're going to add first sketch, second sketch. There we go. Rails, we're going to add one rail, two rails. And we're going to press OK. And if you notice here, we have our nice bottle. If we see that this line is bugging, we could always hide this plane, but we can leave it on for now. So now we have the shape of the lovely bottle. All right. Once that's done, we're going to extrude our cylinder we did it before. So again, you can hit save if you want to make sure it doesn't crash. We're going to go now and create an extrude feature. So we're going to go to the top face again. Okay, you want to rotate, you can rotate it again. We're going to go make a circle. From here, we're going to make it how big? Same as the other one. So if we click here, it should be 1.574. All right. Again, we're gonna. If while you're making the last piece, if it didn't connect, just when you do your circle, just click from the center until those two lines we made connect. All right. Once we have that circle, we press Finish. So now we have the circle again, and we can extrude it up 1 inch. So now we have a shape like so. Did I need to make that second one? Let's see something. Let's see if I delete this extrusion. Right? I have that sketch from before. If I do extrude and I click, if I open up this sketch here, and I make sure, which is the sketch? This one here. If I click on sketch 3, and I do extrude, create 2D sketch, it allowed it to go through. Let's see. No, I'm thinking of another software. So no, it didn't work. And the other ones you're able to, on other softwares, you're able to click on the sketch and use that from another one. So in this case here, do the same thing again, create a sketch, draw a circle from the center to until it touches. Then we go to extrude it to 1. The next step we're going to do is we're going to create an emboss feature. So similar to what we did the sketch plane over here, we're going to make another one. We're going to do a plane, and we're going to use the offset from a plane again. Offset from plane. And this time we're going to offset from the YZ, which is the midpoint. And we're going to go a distance of 2. All right? And now we're going to create a sketch on that plane. So create a sketch on the plane over here, like so. And now we're going to go and make the sketch. So let's go make it. We're going to go use the ellipse. We're going to click for now anywhere in between, and we're going to add a dimension later on. So go from here, make sure it's straight, something like this. All right? Now we're going to add our dimensions from the center to this point here should be 2.550, and our dimension for the ellipse should be 2 for this side, and our height should be 1.350. So we have this lovely little piece like so. All right, so now that we've done that nice profile, we have it pretty much well done. We're going to finish the sketch, and now we have it placed over here. The next option we're going to use is what's called the emboss. So the emboss is going to be under create again, which it's going to give it a cutout shape. It's going to cut a hole in it. We're going to go use emboss, and right away you notice it kind of went forward a bit. We're going to go make sure that we're actually engraving from the face. And we're going to go set a depth of 0.125. All right? And we're going to press OK. Oh, did I click the profile yet? Profile? Is this profile here? I did the profile already. It's already done. Press OK. And there you go. If you notice, it cut in my distance of 0.125. If I go check, edit feature, that's my distance. I'm going to cut in. If I wanted to stick out, I would have used this object. Press OK, and now it would have stuck out that much. But we want to go give it an indent. So again, we're going to go back, edit feature, and switch it the other way. Okay, now we're going to go see. This is how it looks so far. If we see that these sketches are bugging us, we could always just, again, remember, go to or right-click on it and do visibility off. Visibility off. You could always re-add it back and forth. Now that we've done so much so far, let's give it a quick save to make sure we don't lose anything. Now that we've completed that, we're going to mirror it to the opposite side. Do we have to mirror it? No. I could go on the back, do the same profile, and do the same thing, but is it a waste of time? Yes. So we're going to go use the mirror option, which is under 3D models we're in. Under pattern, you see there's the mirror option right over here. Again, eventually you get the shortcuts like Control-Shift-M, but in this case we're going to click on it because you're still new to it. So we have rectangular pattern. No, we just want to use the mirror option. We're going to click on the feature. You can either click on it here or click on it over here, which is a lot more easier. Click on it. Then our mirror plane is going to be our plane we did before, which is YZ, right? That's the middle. There we go. If I go check, that's the midpoint. It's already showing me how it's going to look on the other side. and then I press OK. And if you notice, one shape here, one shape over there. The same exact look on both sides. If I go look, change the view, you see that it's still solid, but it goes inward a tiny bit. Now we're going to use the fillet options. There we go. Now we're going to go use, like I said, the fillet options. So now we're going to go back in our 3D model again, and we're going to use the fillet, which is under modify. And we're going to use the following one. We're going to click on the bottom and top edges of the sweep, which means this one here, right? And this one here. And we're going to go put it, our radius as 0.2, sorry. 0.2, and then we're going to add again a radius of 0.04. So we have the double fillets. We're going to press OK. And I think that should have copied it too. No. Now we're going to mirror it to the other side as well. Do we need it on both sides?
The first mirror is top and bottom face.
Oh. So I made a mistake there. So let's go again. So actually it was like this. So the first fillet was this guy up here, right? It was this one and this one, which is 0.4. So let's do it again. Fillet was the top one and the bottom right over here of 0.2. That was that one. And then after we add another one, which is going to be this face here. One and the other side. 2. And it was going to be 0.4. Okay, so it was a little bit of a mistake there, but we fixed it up. And there we go. We have our bottle with the cuts here, cut underneath, and a nice cut on top. Press the home button again, and let's hit save. Once we've completed the fillet, we're going to use the shell option again, found under the modify. Well, I don't see it right now. Sorry, below chamfer. Sorry. So even if you look at the screen too long, you start not seeing things. And again, right away you notice it's already shelling my piece. I see the little red. If you see it, hopefully you can see it in the videos. It's a little bit red with the thickness that I'm choosing. The thickness we're going to use, I think, is going to be 0.03. Right? So now you see it's a little bit thicker. And are we going to remove faces? Yes, we're going to remove the top face so we can see how it looks in the bottle. But the whole head came off. No, take that off. Let's do it again. Shell. The whole piece is selected. Right? Let's go remove face. Take off this automatic thing. And click this face. You have to make sure you uncheck automatic, or else it's going to take everything with it. So we just have to take off this piece here and the fillet too. Oh, I think I made a mistake. It wasn't this one. I was supposed to fillet this part. Yeah, so let's undo a bit. Let's go back, undo a few steps. No, redo. I think I did too much. Redo, redo. Okay. The fillet option here. Let me just edit the feature. It was for the top one I mixed up. So let me just delete this one. It's not it's this edge makes more sense. Not this edge. How do I remove shift? There we go. I think it's like this. This one makes a little bit more sense. We do the bottom and the top of the bottle, which is 0.2, and the other two are the 4. So now if I do this way, and now if I shell it, right, and I take off this and I choose the top face, come on. There we go. Now it makes a little bit more sense because now I have an actual top piece, which looks something like the photos. So we're going to change our distance to 0.03 thickness, and we're going to press OK. There we go. Because before, if I did that, it wouldn't have given me the lip I had before. So now we see we have the bottom. If you do it here, here, it's okay. Whichever way looks best. go for it. All right. Once we've done that, the next thing we're going to work on is we're going to use the thread option. So we're going to start a new sketch, and we're going to sketch on the YZ plane. All right. We're going to draw the thread profile. So we're going to go to the top of the bottle right up here, and we're going to draw as best as we can the thread. So draw a line, and we're going to draw this profile. So we're going to try to go like so. Draw a little bit past, go down like so. Go, oops. 1 second, let me just change the view. There we go. So we're going to draw it again. We're going to draw a line. We're going to draw to this line here. We're going to draw a line going down, right? And then we're going to draw, now I have that line, one line. Let's draw another line. We're drawing from the midpoint, so technically we should have done what? We could have cut the bottle in half. So we could actually see what we're drawing. So I could have done this. This was a little bit more easier. So now I shouldn't go that close to the edge of the bottle. We don't, oh, it's going to grab, no. We shouldn't have to draw that much. So we could go back. Again, we're going to use dimensions to fix it, but just in case, we're going to draw halfway in the middle, like so, the shape of the tooth. So like this, we could draw what, guys? We'll draw a line here. We could draw another line here. And we'll draw an arc afterwards. So we have something like this. Okay? So we have this nice profile. It won't work?
It's a straight line and it is at the edge.
Okay, so it is a straight line. So we'll just go connect the lines. Like so. Okay? Do something like this. And now we're going to go add our dimensions. So what's our first dimension we should do is our distance from here to here. Did I throw it off? Let's see what happens. And I put here as 0.125. Oh, it's gone. So that wasn't the first one I should have done. What's the first one I should do? Guys?
From the center to the
We should go from the center to this. Should be how much? 0.758. So that's locking it in one position. Now if I change the height here, it's only going to go towards the right. So now if I change this dimension to 0.125, you see that it's going to push it out. And then the next dimension we could put is our dimension for our line from here to here. Should be 0.220. And then our next dimension could be our fillet, I guess. So let's make symmetric. So I should make a line down the middle, right? So a line, we're going to go use construction right down the middle right here. Is this the middle? Come on. Just using this as the middle. This is the middle. Is this the middle? No, something is wrong here. What's this distance? So this would be 1.1, so it should be okay. Just put this like this for now. And let's just double check this is the middle. What should this be to be in the middle? 0.135. So now we know that's the middle of this whole line. Does that make sense? You sure this makes sense? No. What's 0.220 divided by 2, guys? 0.110. That's the midpoint of where I need it to be. All I was asking for is the middle of this line. So now I know that. So if I do symmetric and I say this point and this point to this point. See, now I have it symmetric to that line. I could also do this point to this point. Oh, it's already symmetric. Good. So all that's left to do is what? Is put our angle. So let's go do a fillet. Where's fillet? a sketch, modify. We're going to do fillet. Where's fillet?
Create.
I don't see it. Create.
Above text.
There you go. Fillet. And we're going to go type in 0.04. 0.04. And we're going to choose 1 point, 2 points. And then again do 1.2 points. And once that's done, we're going to make sure we have the angle of 60 as well. It should be 60, right? Something just messed up there.
You have to give the dimension, one more dimension, from bottom of the bottle to
From here,
the center of the profile.
For the center line, 9.0, bottom is 9.6.
mention the center line. Should be 9.650. So now that locked into place and it's fully constrained. So all we have left to do is press Finish Sketch. And we're going to use the same thing we did before. We're going to use our Coil option. So Coil. Our profile is going to be the one we just did. Did it grab the profile? Okay, hold on. Let's just go to the other side. What's wrong with my views here? Let's go to this view here. Let's zoom in again. Let's make sure that this guy is selected before I do it. Now let's do the coil. So my profile is selected. The next thing we're going to do is our axis down the middle, which I didn't make yet. That's right over here, my axis.
You can select the outer surface of the
What's happening here? Hold on. Something's wrong with my sketch. Edit sketch. Is everything okay with this guy? Here we have the dimension. Dimension 60. I don't need this dimension. If I go back again and do this. There we go. Now it's fully constrained. The distance we have is good. This is good. Everything looks okay, right? Now let's do Finish Sketch. Let's do Coil. This is my profile. Select Profile. Doesn't like my profile. Center line. So let's draw a line. Center line from the middle. Like so. Is this a center line? Yes. Okay. So now if I do the center line and I do Finish. There, it's active here. Now if I go do Coil. Profile. Axis. Profile. So I noticed a mistake here, and that's why it's not working, because if you look at my sketch, these two lines are different. So I have to click on this line and make them a normal line. And now my sketch is complete. Finish. So now, oh, is it a crash? Now if I go check, and now I do Coil, now it's selected. So now I click my axis right over here, like so. And we're going to use which numbers? We're going to go make sure we're in coil size. We're going to use pitch and resolution good. We're going to go type in 0.275, resolution 2. Okay. And we're going to go, it's going the wrong direction, so we have to flip it to go. Is it going down now? No, this one. This one. That one there, rotation's okay this way. Everything else looks okay. And we press OK. So now we have our shape forming. Do we understand what happened before, why it wasn't working? It's because my line was thinking it was a center line. So it wouldn't use it. It wasn't completing the actual piece. So now that's done, we're going to go press OK. And we have our lovely profile. Now we're going to start a new sketch again. So start a sketch. And we're going to draw again on the YZ. We're going to go up. and we're going to look for this sketch right over here. Oops. This is okay. We'll use this one. All right? And now what are we going to do? We're going to draw a straight line connecting the 2 points together. Do we need to do this? Yes. So we're going to project the edges. So like this. On this profile here. So we have it. And now what are we going to do, guys? We're going to draw a straight line going where? From here to here. And then what? We're going to press OK. And we're going to revolve it. So we're going to go use now 3D Model, Revolve. We have our axis point right here. And we have our profile right over here. So like so. And we're going to put how much? Not full. It should be 100 degrees. So that's one piece we fixed. Now you can do the same thing to the other side. So we're going to go use sketch, YZ again, but this time we're going to use the other side. Like so. We're going to zoom in. We're going to go again, project this plane here. So we have the profile. We're going to connect the line from here to here, like so. Then from there we're going to go use 3D Model, Revolve. It's going to hide it again for you, like so. We're going to go use axis, we already have it right here. And we're going to go type in angle 100, right? Press OK. No, it wasn't 100. Let's go back to this one. Edit. We have to, I think we have to flip it the other way. That way. We have to flip it the opposite direction. And 100 works as well. So it looks something like this. Okay? Press the home button. And like that, let's go check to see how it looks in visual. We have our actual piece. If you see that you don't want to see these lines in the middle, like this sketch here, which one is it? This is a sketch. We could go here. Is this a sketch line, this one? What is this? This must be this one here. I could go here and I could see why it's not even showing, so it shouldn't even be there. Oh, because I have with edges. There we go. That's the reason. And as you can see here, my bottle is complete. I can press home, switch direction again, look at it, looks beautiful. I save it. All right, and that's it for this tutorial.